This is gonna be a little story time. My first smartphone. I'm sorry, my first phone. My first phone. I saw a couple of tech YouTubers uploading their first phone experience, like iJustine, J Rig Everything, Mr. Mobile, Erica, the technology nerd. I'm seeing a bunch of tech YouTubers uploading their first phone and showcasing them. Now, sadly, I cannot find my phone anywhere, but I will show you guys some videos as I'm talking about the phone. So that's the best I can do right now. I've been through 7 phones. And I'm only 22. I'm 22 and I've been through 7 phones. My first phone was a Sidekick Slide. T-Mobile Sidekick Slide. And at the time, Sidekicks were like the iPhone back in the days. It's just like you need to have it. And it was just due to the fact of AIM. But anyway, and you know, my mom got me the phone. Okay. She believed everybody should have a smartphone. Oh my, I keep on saying smartphone. Because my mom believed in like everybody should have a smartphone. I keep on saying smartphone. What the Everybody should have a phone because you can contact if you need anything, you can call. And at the time, calling was different. It was all about the minutes, and the texting wasn't how it used to. It's not how it is today. And data, forget about the data. There was no such thing as data. I mean, there was data, but people wasn't using their phone to surf the web or anything like that. How we, use our phones today with Wi-Fi and all that. But it was just all about calling and texting. But here's a little story with that. Somebody went in my bag in class, right? At the time, I always used to keep my phone in my book bag because we have metal detectors. You have to clear your pockets. I didn't want to get ringed up by the metal detectors and then the security guards filling up your pockets. I just didn't want to deal with that. So I always kept my phone in my bag and have the metal detectors, like the little mat. The problem is I never take my phone out the bag. And then some douchebag, I'm sorry for my language, I guess. Some douchebag went in my bag and they stole the Sidekick Slide. And keep in mind, I just got the phone. That was that same very week. I didn't have the Sidekick for a week. So I can't really consider the Sidekick my first phone. Even though it is, it's kind of not. Because you didn't live with it. So at the end of class, he came up to me and say like, yo, look what I got. I have a Sidekick. Don't think it's yours. So I didn't really pay him no mind because I didn't check. I don't know why I wasn't taking care of my phones. But when I got home, or when I just went in my bag right when he told me that, I couldn't find the Sidekick because the Sidekick, it had a case. Every single Sidekick, well, I'm not sure every single Sidekick, but my Sidekick Slide came with a case. It came with a little case because at the time, the being able to clip your phone by your belt was common. People still do that now, but it was hot at the time. Once I put 2 and 2 together, this dude stole my phone. But I remember me being in the principal's office, and my mom had to come up, his mom had to come up, and it was just a big shenanigans. The guy didn't have the phone. I don't know what he did with the phone. He had it somewhere, but he just wasn't giving up the phone. Even though his mom is there, the principal is there, my mom is there, my brother is there, everybody is there, but this dude is just not giving up the phone. So the school, this is middle school, keep in mind, this is my freshman year, first year of middle school, the school promised that they will pay for the phone, for the inconvenience or whatever. And to this day, I never got back the money, or they never paid my parents back the money. So, for the time being, they got me another phone. Now, this time, I bossed down. I got the Samsung Gravity. Not the Galaxy, the Gravity. So, I'm going to have a picture on the screen that had the gray and the green one. I had that one. It was a big downgrade. It didn't have AIM. But, hey, it got the job done. And like I said, at the time, it was all about texting and calling. Nowadays, it's all about data. This day and age is just data. Keep in mind, this is a BS phone, so I'm losing it. Sometimes a phone just stopped working. Sometimes a phone would just cut out. So I've been through like about 3 of those Samsung Gravity phones. So after that Gravity, the Samsung Gravity wave was over, my 2-year contract was up for with T-Mobile, and I went with Sprint. I joined their network, so we in the family plan, and I ended up just using the BlackBerry. Now, the BlackBerry was my mom's old phone because it was their time to upgrade, and that's when they got an iPhone. BlackBerry was the king at the time. That was like the top tier too as well. They ended up giving me that phone just to spend some time with it, whatever. And it was crap. That was easily the worst phone. They picked up the iPhone 4S. both my mom and my dad. They left me out because they couldn't trust me. Because at the time, they couldn't believe that whole sidekick fiasco. So they didn't get me an iPhone. And I understand that. I could respect that. And keep in mind, when I hopped on Sprint, I was basically getting into high school. You know, middle school was only 3 years. It was 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now I'm getting into ninth grade. I went with Sprint. So the BlackBerry, I didn't even bring my phone to school sometimes. The battery life on the BlackBerry aged poorly. It died in literally 30 minutes. It was horrible. And then sometimes you lose signal. The phone was just utterly crap. It was literally the worst phone that I ever owned. To this day, it's probably still one of the worst phones I ever had. So yeah, I had that BlackBerry for like about 3 months, no phones. My parents was mad at me for not bringing my phone. You gotta bring your phone because if anything happens, blah blah blah. But they didn't know that the battery life was complete crap. It was literally like by the time I take it outside, the battery is dead. Now it could have been fixed. All you need to do is take out the battery and replace it. Just replace the battery because you can remove the back. So yeah, the BlackBerry was horrible. And now keep in mind, I had another phone. Now this phone wasn't activated. It was an iPhone 4. My brother had an iPhone 4. That was his primary phone. Everybody in this house had an iPhone but me. But that iPhone 4, it dropped in the snow. We were shoveling the snow, and I guess somehow it slipped out his pocket, and it fell right there on the snow. We had like 12 inches of snow or something like that, a foot. So it was water damage. It was pretty much done. So he's thinking it's done. So he called up AT&T because AT&T was the only carrier to support an iPhone at the time. And they sent him another phone. But meanwhile, when he did that, I was looking up on YouTube. They was putting their phone in a bowl of rice or a bag of rice. And I did that method and it worked. The phone was working crystal clear. The screen wasn't messed up. It was working just fine. So he just said, yo, keep it. It was my first iPhone device. Apple was only messing with AT&T at the time, so I couldn't activate it if I really wanted to. This is when my uncle stopped by, right? And he had an iPhone 4. Everybody had an iPhone 4 for some reason. And it was jailbroken. I think his friend, he didn't know how to jailbreak. He's not really too tech savvy, but he jailbroke that iPhone 4. And I think he wanted me to look at something, or I'm pretty sure he wanted me to, I don't know. He wanted me to look at it because I was always known for that technology guy. Like, if you want to know anything about an iPhone, people go to me, and even today. But anyway, I was looking at it and I was playing around with it. Like I was playing around with Cydia and installing tweaks, and I actually got into jailbreaking around that time. I'm kind of bad at telling stories. I hope I'm doing a good job. I don't have no scripts or nothing. But anyway, yeah. So I was playing around with the iPhone 4, and I ended up had to give it back to him because that's not my iPhone. So the water damaged iPhone, I decided to jailbreak that. And that's how I got into the whole jailbreaking thing. And keep in mind, this was ninth grade. This was ninth grade, so 2011 or 2012. After when I complained about the BlackBerry, going back to the whole BlackBerry thing. And keep in mind, I still have the iPhone 4 as my side phone. Like, you can activate it, but it's my side phone. So after complaining about my BlackBerry, and they decided to buy me a new phone. But this time they brought me another BS phone. It was the LG Rumor Touch. This was my last BS phone, or basic phone I should say. And man, oh man, I've been through a lot of crappy phones. This one was a touchscreen display. It had a slide up keyboard, but the touchscreen was like a resistive touchscreen. So you have to press on the screen hard. Sometimes it's not precise. So the touchscreen was crap. The buttons were kind of crap. I just didn't really like the phone. And this was the year when I started to get females' numbers. This was like the prime. But I had a big ass sticky note, right? Getting girls' numbers left and right. Bloop, 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 bloop. And I was just adding them. Yo, the LG Rumor Touch, that was my first phone that I really did a lot of dirt on. For real. The other phones, I didn't really do that much dirt. But the LG Rumor Touch was my first phone that I did the most dirt on. And keep in mind, this was a really crappy phone. The touchscreen would stop working, so I can't call certain people because you need to have the touchscreen to tap on the menu icon and then make a phone call. Couldn't really do that with the keyboard. So yeah, so I've been through a couple of those Rumor Touch. I've been through like maybe 4 devices of the Rumor Touch, or maybe even 2. Probably only 2. Yeah, probably only 2. It wasn't as much as a Samsung Gravity. Now, this is when my mom started getting tired of this whole phone thing now. She wanted to end this phone situation once and for all. So one day she took me to the Sprint store. She took me to the Sprint store and we picked up an iPhone 4S. Fully activated, it was my primary phone. We picked up an iPhone 4S. But it was a bumpy road. It was a bumpy ride getting that iPhone 4S because my dad was not having that. He didn't want to go through that sidekick slide situation again. Because he's thinking I'm still that 10-year-old me. And at the time, this is 10th grade now. This is 10th grade. So 4 years ago, that whole sidekick fiasco went down. So he was not having, he didn't want me to have the iPhone 4S. And keep in mind, the iPhones were pretty expensive too at the time. Because activation fees, this fee. And not to mention, my contract wasn't even up yet. That was another thing too. My contract wasn't even up yet. So you have to pay a little bit more money to reset the contract or some foolishness like that. But yeah, he was just not having it. And then he ended up wanting to talk to me because he was on the phone with my mom. And he wanted to talk to me for some reason. And man, he was pissed. But we ended up buying the phone anyway. We got an out of box, a blue out of box. So once we bought the iPhone 4S, it was great. I took really good care of it. It was in the case. After a while, I took it out the case and I was rocking the iPhone 4S raw dog. I got the white one, 16 gigabytes of course. It'll get the job done, and not to mention this was my first smartphone. Yeah, so everything was going good. And 2 years passed, the phone still looks brand new. It was no cracks, and I didn't have no case on it too, not to mention. The only thing you had to do with that iPhone 4S was clean it. Once you clean it, it was like a completely brand new phone. And it been through a bunch of iOS's, such as I got it from iOS 6 to iOS 8. iOS 8 was the worst operating system for the iPhone 4S. But thankfully, that's when I upgraded to the iPhone 6 Plus. Now, what a coincidence, my dad got me the iPhone 6 Plus. When I got the 6 Plus, this was 2014, right? This is senior year, right? Senior year, my dad picked me up an iPhone 6 Plus, basically for my birthday. I think the iPhone 6 Plus came out in like September. So this was like an early birthday present for me. And my birthday was in November, so it was an early birthday gift. So it's crazy. It's crazy. I took really good care of that phone. Until this day, guys, the iPhone 4S is my all-time favorite phone. It's nothing touching that. Yes, the iPhone 6 Plus is bigger and better. And yes, the iPhone 10 is better than the other iPhones. But there was something about the iPhone 4S that's special to me. It was a glass back, stainless steel frame, very, very similar to the iPhone 10. It was ahead of its time. And like, it was just so many memories. And I proved my dad wrong. You know what I'm saying? Once I took good care of it, he didn't say nothing. He got me the iPhone 6 Plus. This was my second smartphone right here. The iPhone 6 Plus. And look at the condition. Mint. Mint condition. I ended up putting a skin on it. And I didn't have no case on it. That's the thing too with these iPhones. I'm walking around in school with no case. Boss. Like, you gotta put that in perspective, man. No case on these iPhones. And then next up, I'm on my own now. iPhone 10. My first ever iPhone purchase. Now, this iPhone 10, I ended up buying 2 iPhone 10s. One in space gray and one in silver. Let me take them out the case. And I gotta say, this is my phone right now currently. And this is my 7th phone. 7th phone. Almost dropped it. Now, I kind of chicken out having a case on it now. Dude, I love your videos. Keep it up. Thank you, man. You're going to get a shout out right now. I have my notifications on for all my comments. So yeah, so now being the owner of 2 iPhone 10s, I gotta say it feels great. And they in mint condition. So yeah, so that is my history of my smartphones. I hope this story wasn't complicated. And at the time, I really just wanted to have a sidekick just to be cool. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. The sidekick was popping. And yeah, I just wanted to be cool. I wanted to be down with everybody. But now, having an iPhone, I really do love an iPhone. It's easy to use. And I just love the Apple ecosystem. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys did find this video entertaining, I appreciate it with a thumbs up. Comment down below what was your first ever phone. I'm very, very curious to know. I've been through 7 phones, guys. That's just insane. But other than that, your boy Pops. And I catch you guys on my next video. Peace. You still watching the video? Make sure you guys click on these 2 other videos on screen if you haven't seen them yet. I'm only going to probably put 1 video, and I'm going to put the subscribe button on the top. Bye.